to another episode of Desire to Inspire, yo mama's favorite podcast. D-Thack, how we doing?
Doing great, man. I feel like not low energy. That's not the term, but I just feel kind of calm today.
Yeah, you seem real mellow.
Yeah.
I'm almost like, does he have something to say that he's not saying? Because you're just literally like this.
No, I don't know. I just feel kind of calm today for some reason.
All right.
It might be I have no caffeine in me right now.
That could be it. Although you got your running, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been going on less lately.
Fucking day 2 of Road to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can feel my excitement when I text you, but like it's maybe a little concerning how much I think about this for you.
About my race?
Yeah, dude. I'm extremely excited for this. And I think that we can capitalize to a whole another level and see like crazy results and growth all around.
We got a whole team doing this now. Like I was literally talking yesterday to Mandy about like I want to design some cool shit because I don't know if I've told you this yet. My mom and my brother are committed to the half marathon.
Damn.
And so they committed to the half. Mandy's doing the full. We might have Justin on a full. I sent Tone the race I'm doing, and he sent me yesterday a screenshot that he was looking at the elevation. He said we might be in business because 3 weeks after the Columbus one that he was planning on doing. And he was like, well, logistically and all this stuff, like this would make sense. I'm like, we're about to have a squad. We can get a big ass house and like just all crash together and make it easy.
Yeah.
And Mike Donatello's running it.
Oh, let's go.
He's going to be out there. He's going for sub 3. So he's been in my ear a lot. I texted him a couple weeks ago. I said, hey, I'm between Richmond and Indy Monumental. I know that's the one you're running. He sent me back a voicemail. He said, why the fuck are you even thinking about this? He said, imagine us towing the line together, both breaking sub 3.
Let's go.
And so then like after that, he starts commenting on my Strava. He's like, this is officially me commenting on every Strava until you commit to the Indy. And so he was just commenting, this is a nice warm-up for the Monumental. And he was just commenting on all these Strava notifications of mine. So we're going to have a squad out there. It's in Indy. So like if Mike's running it, Zach and everybody's probably going to come out and support, I would assume. So we'll have like a big group of people out there supporting and running.
Let's fucking go. That is huge.
Getting all these people to do it is also, now I'm coaching 2 people to their first half. I'm coaching, if Justin does it, that's 3 people to a full because the November one, or the New York one is the same day that I've got a client for. Myself to a sub 3. So this could be a real big race for me.
And this is why I was texting you and saying like we need to plan like a schedule where I come out on some of those and bring the bike again and we just do this stuff because I mean this is going to consume your life. This isn't like a goal that you're going after where you can kind of like fuck off and hit it. And like you said, like sub 3 sounds good, but again, what if you have to hit a 252 to qualify? Like that's the main goal. And so I'm excited for this training because I think it's just going to like, I don't know, engrave that new notch on your belt or like legacy in your running journey.
I was running today and I did some speed. I didn't have like speed programmed, but I was like, you need to start incorporating more speed work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did today. I did like a mile warm up, then I did a mile fast, cool down for a half mile, then I ran another mile fast. And I was thinking, holy shit, that's fast, dude. Like the pace that I need to hit, it is fast, dude.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't
in the
even want to think
6?
about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Either way,
God.
it's in the 6s.
Dude, that's fucking dope that you're gonna get Mike and like that crew are all gonna come together finally for a race and to like cheer people on.
Yeah,
which would be awesome because by the time we're in Colorado, you guys will already be
we're gonna probably be doing
in.
training runs while we're there.
Yep.
Which is sick.
Let's fucking go.
Which that'll actually, not think about it, be dope because you'll be able to come film some of that.
Yeah.
That'll be real dope, actually.
That'll be sweet. Maybe I'll talk to the twins to bring their camera too because they just got a new like small one. But I'll show you it. It's really nice. I also think I need to take a step back and apologize.
For what?
Being a pussy.
Last week? I was like, wait, what?
I did not hold true to my word, ladies and gentlemen, and I had Dylan bleep out what I said after thinking about it. I do not regret it. I would not change it, but because
if you did, people can pretty much put it. I mean, there's a few things they could have fit in there.
Yeah,
but
They said you did a really good job editing because you can't tell what it is from the way you bleeped it and how you put the camera. So
That's why I took
Thank
it
you.
off of you so that you couldn't read your lips.
yeah.
And also, my face was probably going to go in there no matter whether it was in there or not.
So I have to apologize. When Dylan and I are on our own, I do not care. I will let that stuff fly because, again, I truly believe the things that I said after that. But because I'm still in the corporate world, it is best that we err on the cautious side.
Oh, man.
But I was dying when I was watching that back and clipping it, bro. It was fucking hilarious. And then we got that one text, and I started crying again.
I saw that, and I was like, oh, damn.
So I just had to put it out there. Yes, I know I ended up bleeping it. Yes, call me whatever you want to call me.
Maybe you could call him when he bleeped out.
Whatever you want. So I had to address that because I was doing all the clips for this week that we're posting this week from last week's episode. And I was dying at that scene. And then I just go on for like 2 minutes about why we're leaving it in.
That's why, like, if it was that big of like, we need to cut this, other than you just didn't want it, we'd have cut the that entire section so that it didn't look so bad.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you do go on and on, like, leave it in. We're not conforming to the world. I was literally, it was already edited and uploaded.
Your face when I said that, you were like taking this.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
Oh my God. I love it. So yeah, I just had to address the elephant in the room because I know we bleeped it out. So enjoy it as you will. When we are solely providing our own.
I still have the raw footage.
One day it might come out.
Oh,
but yeah, I had to bring that up. And also, too, might as well talk. We haven't done it in a while. Sponsor time. Athletic Brewing Co. was everywhere in fucking Charleston. Every place had it.
Those pictures that you sent me were from there. Like while you were there.
Yeah.
Also, I assumed you were on a work trip. I didn't realize you were going for like a fun trip.
Oh, wait. The pictures of the Athletic Brewing Co.? Those were for Oak Island that I sent you.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we went for pleasure. We went to go and visit one of our friends, and it was a great time. I've never been there before, but it was awesome because they had Athletic Brewing Co. everywhere. And I was like, it's picking up.
Let's bust them out at Beer Olympics and see if anyone notices. Like,
I would be more than happy to.
Well, we also think about the amount of people we could get for pictures.
Oh, damn. We should do that.
I didn't think about it till just now.
Yeah. Everybody will do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Yeah, really. I saw an article the other day, and it said that Athletic Brewing Co. was the #1 non-alcoholic beer in the market right now. So really fucking cool. Use our code. Get 20% off. Again, they have all flavors. They come out with seasonal flavors. You will enjoy them, I promise. When I was home 2 weeks ago, I had my family try it, and they didn't even try the ones that I think are the best. And they were like, holy shit, this is amazing. And they even bought a couple other of their competitors to see if they like them. They didn't stand a chance compared to the Athletic Brewing Co.'s.
Oh, yeah.
So I should have got pictures of them drinking them as well. I always
We're
forget.
slacking.
We are. We always do. But it's all right. So, yeah, support them. And another summertime one, Optic Nerve. Dylan will put the code in here, link in here. I'm actually going to place an order probably within the next couple weeks.
I need to do the same. I need a new pair of shades before vacation.
You know that they say that, like, some of the benefits of not wearing sunglasses are, like, you won't get as sunburn. Because when you put sunglasses on, it tells your brain to not produce melatonin to protect you from the sun because it thinks that you're in a dark place.
I barely wear sunglasses.
Same. And I don't know if it's a good or bad
but
thing.
I still sunburn. Only like once a year, but I sunburn.
What was I? Oh, yeah. They were also saying that, like, the more you wear sunglasses, the, like, less strong your eyes get or something like that. So it can actually cause you to get, like, eye cancer if you wear sunglasses all the time and then don't wear them. But I hardly ever wear them, so I don't really even think of the pros and cons.
Me either. The only pro for me is get the sun on my eyes when I'm trying to drive.
Do you wear them when you run?
No, rarely ever. I have a pair, but I don't ever wear them. They bounce around my head. I got a little head, man.
Yeah.
So I really need like a pair of sunglasses to fit. Which is why I wish like Octave Nerve had a store so I could go in and find a pair that fits right.
Maybe
The
you got
ones
to get
I got
little kid
do
size.
fit, but I'm always scared to get a new pair of glasses online.
Yeah.
Because I have such a baby head. Hats, same way.
Do the First Form ones fit you good?
They do.
There we go.
Surprisingly.
That is a good thing. Another sponsor, First Form. Use our link, firstform.com//DTI. We've been getting some more sales coming through.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know a crazy thing? You know how I was talking about my gut health a few episodes ago?
Uh-huh.
I think I found what it was.
Oh, shit. What is it?
So, I don't know.
Couldn't be the pot of coffee you drink a day.
It's not. I don't know if I've told you guys on here, but I went and got my hair consultation. So it's going to tie this story together.
Definitely didn't tell them this, by the way.
That I went?
No.
I didn't think so. So I
You barely told me in real life.
Oh, good. Now I can inform you on it. It was a great consultation, informative, and really eye-opening to know like what I have to do to plan to get this done in terms of like financials if I want to do it in the U.S. But I go there, and the lady was like, I saw your notes that you put on your sheet. And I was like, oh, you did? And she started laughing. And it was like one of the questions that they ask you before you go in, like a screening question was, why do you want to get this done? And I was like, because this big-ass dome can't be bald. And so she goes, you don't even have that big of a head. And I was like, I don't know about that. And so we were sitting in there, and she's just asking me questions, you know, like, why am I doing it? Is it a big insecurity? Is it this? Is it that? And I was like, yeah, my dickhead cousin always fucking makes fun of me.
Whoa. When you started that sentence, I'm so glad you put cousin. I thought you were about to say something about your dickhead. I was like, what the fuck are you telling this lady?
And I was like, no, it doesn't really bother me. But again, I don't want to go bald. And so I see the thinning happening in different areas. She was like, okay, understandable. She's like, I'm honestly shocked to see you. She's like, when I see people, it's like typically like they need the surgery. She was like, so it's good that you're being proactive about it. Because there's 3 different things that you can do to like prevent your hair from falling out. One of those is taking 2 pills a day, but you know me, I'm not taking medication. So that is out. It's like a Rogaine and something that begins with an M, I believe. So you take those, and it doesn't grow new hair, but what it does is it strengthens and keeps the hair that you have, because your hair goes through like 3 seasons. It goes through dormant, growing, and then like a sleep phase or something like that.
Fall.
Exactly. She was like, it's just like plants. It's just like the seasons that we have. And she's like, and then eventually it goes through those seasons and it just doesn't come back. So she's like, these 3 options will hold on to what you have. And as your hair ages, it starts, say, this thick, and then it gets a little bit thinner, a little bit thinner, a little bit thinner. And so that's when you can see like through people's hair is when it's like thin. And so all of these keep those little hairs and the big hairs, and then they strengthen all of them, so that way it thickens it up and it keeps what you have. But once you stop taking the medication, all of that hair that it was holding on to, gone. It will just stop.
So you gotta take it forever.
Take it forever. So I'm like, I'm 29 years old. Say I live another 40 years. I'm not taking medication.
If I forget for a day.
Right? Or what if something happened? Yeah, there's so many. I was just like, all right, that's not happening. The next thing you can do is get a red light hat. And she said back in the day, these were just a sales quick money grab. She was like, now they've perfected it with red light therapy becoming such a big thing.
A red light hat?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this in my life.
Yep. And so they have one that is $1,800. And I was like, goddamn.
Is it like, all right, so what I'm picturing right now is a hat like you have on right now.
Yeah.
With like red light in it. That's actually what it is, because I'm also thinking it's probably more like when like girls go to like a salon, like they get that big thing over their head that you just like sit under for a little bit every day.
Matt goes, oh, good. You're going to feel just like your childhood again. And I was like, what? He's like, you're going to have a helmet on your head again. I was like, Jesus, dude.
You need me to bleep that out too?
No. And no, theirs is literally like a baseball cap. And it's got the stuff inside of it. The Bosley one, that's where I went to get this consultation, has like a cord that hangs out with a battery that's attached to it.
You just walk around with a battery in your hand all day.
And so what that does is it like rejuvenates the cells. It gives them the nutrients, oxygens. It opens them up. Whatever red light therapy does, that's what it does to your head as well, to strengthen those follicles in there. And so you wear that for 8 to 10 minutes a day, every day, or you wear it for 30 minutes every other day. That one strengthens, keeps the hair that you have, gives it the energy, the nutrients, whatever. But that's not like the medication where if you stop it, you're going to lose everything. Right. But again, it's all preventative. So it's keeping the hairs that are going to fall out. And then the third option is
shave your head.
Nope, that's the fifth option. Third option is taking blood from your arm, and they take it in the back and they separate the blood from the platelets. Get the platelets, it's called PRP, and then they inject those platelets into your head where it's thinning.
Who was the first person to discover this, bro?
I have no idea.
Who said, that guy's balding? Let's take blood from his arm. Let's put it on his head, and I bet his hair grows back.
I have no idea. That's called PRP, and you get 4 sessions the first year. I think a couple months apart, and then every year after that, you just get it like twice a year. And so I was like, all right, cool. I'll evaluate. I'll think about it. And then she got to well, I guess I can say I bought one of the red light hats, but not through them. This company called Higher Dose just came out with one.
You reach out from the sponsor of the pod, bro?
What?
Reach out, get them to sponsor the pod.
I should. I just bought theirs because you could use your HSA. So I was like, fuck, I still have money in my HSA from AT&T.
Yeah.
And I got my one from the current company. So I was like, well, this is a no-brainer. So I used that and I got it. And they ship on the 30th of May is when their first pre-order sales go out. So I got in that first bundle. So it just happened to be at the perfect time. So we'll see how that comes. Or when that comes, how that works. And it's like for the first 2 months, you'll see X, Y, and Z. Month 3, this will happen. And then months 4, 5, and 6 is when you can like really see the benefits of it.
I might have to put this hat on during a podcast sometimes.
I'll let you. And theirs looks even more like a baseball cap. Like theirs, I could probably wear theirs based off of pictures.
Imagine if you had like a whole bunch of bald friends. Everybody just throws down on a hat. We don't want to get the dirty ball, throw it on a hat. Fucking Brotherhood of the Traveling Bald Hat.
Hey, whatever we can do to help our tribe, man. So I got that, and then I'll probably follow through and do the PRP as well.
Whoa.
So we'll see.
This is wild.
But that is the interim. So what can I do this year to prevent the hairs that I have from falling out?
We get into your gut health?
We are. So the reason I bring that up is because after and as she didn't tell me this. Can't say that she did because she was giving me information that they don't do the script to. So she wasn't telling me this, but what I heard is that as she was talking to me, she's like, I can tell that you work out. And I was like, well, thank you. That's a huge compliment. And she started laughing. And she goes, what supplement?
I fucking hope so.
She goes, what supplements do you take? Creatine? And I was like, yeah, I love creatine. The benefits, this and that. She goes, what do you like more, creatine or your hair? And I was like, don't do this to me. And she's like, creatine, like one of their side effects is hair loss. And I was like, no fucking way.
How have I never heard that?
You want to know what else is? Whey isolate protein.
You did tell me that one, which
Yeah.
surprised me, but I don't really use whey often.
It's just whey isolate. But yeah, creatine. Like one of the big side effects of it is hair loss. And I was like, no way. She's like, yep. I was like, well, I don't want to go bald. So it looks like I'm not
You off creatine
taking
right
creatine.
now?
Yep. For about a week now. And guess what?
You smaller than ever.
Nope.
Your gut's fixed.
Bro, I almost sent a picture to you guys yesterday because of how beautiful it was. I swear to God.
You know what's crazy now that you say this? I've recently started taking it again. Fuck. Dude,
Yeah.
are we allowed to talk about this? We got a sponsor to fucking promote.
No, we can promote it because it's beneficial. But Matt said the same thing. He goes, bro, this makes so much sense if that's it.
I just started taking it again. Like maybe 2 weeks ago.
And Matt said he started taking it 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's experiencing what I was.
Yeah, me and Matt talked about it together.
So it is like,
I just took some before I came over.
I'm not joking. My gut health and stool, I don't know the last time that it was like this, to be completely honest. And it makes sense because I've been taking creatine.
All the things in this podcast, you said stool.
My shit. But I think it's important to bring up because if somebody else is having gut health, I don't know if people pay attention to it, but like you're supposed to have solid shits. Like we're not supposed to, when your animals are sick and they have diarrhea, you're like, oh shit, what's going on with them? They must have ate something, this and that. That's how we as humans need to think as well. And so for the longest, I was just like, oh, this is what life is. And I wasn't putting two and two together. And then I was like starting to look into gut health more and just like learn about it over the last like year and a half.
That's not something I would have thought to take out though, to check that either.
And I looked it up today.
I'd have taken out food and stuff.
I've taken out everything. I was telling you
I know,
about
we
this.
went over it that one day.
Everything. And that is the culprit. And you know what's so wild is when I would go home, like throughout the last year and a half, I would always tell Lo, I'm like, yeah, when I go home, it's not that bad. Like, it's not like it is when I'm back at home. And she's like, well, what are you not eating there that you're eating here? And I'm like, nothing. My mom's like, what do you want from the grocery store before I get home? She goes and gets it because she knows how much I like need to eat breakfast.
But you don't take your creatine home?
Nope.
Huh.
This last time I took it home, all my supplements so I could stay dialed through the end of this.
Stayed that way?
Stayed that way.
Huh.
Looked it up today.
Mine isn't every single time, but it's definitely more prominent now that I'm back on it.
Yeah. And I looked it up today. I was like, is shitting your brains out a side effect of creatine? And it said that was one of the biggest side effects of creatine is diarrhea.
Wow.
Yeah. So, again, I stopped taking it. When did I have that consultation? On a Tuesday.
So a week ago.
So a week ago today. So I'll let you know how it continues. But like, it honestly is blowing my mind.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
It's real interesting. This is going to end up being a catch-up episode because now I'm curious how your transformation challenge is going. Because you got to be getting close to done, right?
Yeah, this Friday.
Did you drink this weekend?
I had an old fashioned and I had an old fashioned one day and a gin and tonic the other. And then after I had those, I just had Athletic Brewing Co.'s.
Man, I wish I had that kind of willpower.
Yeah. I was kind of like, well, before I go into that, I want to stress the importance about gut health because it like causes there's so many other benefits from having good gut health that like seriously people find it weird. I find it weird to talk about like your shit and like what it looks like and that kind of stuff. But like it is very important. We should have solid shits. And again, don't get weirded out, but like consider that for yourself. If you don't, get your gut health looked into because that can cause anxiety. It can cause depression. It can cause crashing midday. It can cause mood swings. Like there's so much that your gut is tied to. It can cause a better immune system when it's healthy. So there's so many things that your gut is tied to that you need to make sure that it's doing what it needs to. So it's very easy to tell if it's working the way it is or isn't. And the elimination diet is great. But again, like for months, I couldn't figure out what it was. And never once did I think that it would be creatine. So again, just look into that, pay attention to it, just like you do your animals, because there's a telling story behind it. So with that, the challenge ends this Friday.
Oh shit.
Have been, feeling great again, sticking to everything. There was, I would say throughout this journey, I probably was 95% dialed. Meaning that
that's extremely dialed.
Yeah, meaning that like I didn't miss one day of tracking. Now that doesn't say that I didn't hit my macro certain days because when I started traveling a lot for work, that beginning it was hard for me to like figure it out. So I would have more fat than I should have and less carbs than I should have. But again, I was trying to figure out like, fuck, how do I hit this on the road? And then it clicks. It's like, well, you dummy, take a cooler with you. Yeah. You're driving your car. And so once I started doing that, I was hitting it. The month of May, you know this. I was not here. I was here one weekend when we had company, and that weekend I stuck to it. I tracked everything. I put everything in. I didn't drink when they were here. The only time that I drank during this was that Thursday that my cousins were here. But like I said, that was planned. Like I already knew that I was going to do it. But Friday and Saturday, the next couple days, I had a few drinks and then I was like, I'm good. Or I'll have a couple of Athletic Brewing Co's. So like, I don't feel like I ever overindulged. But again, that weekend was my one weekend that I was like, you good. And then throughout this whole process, like I said, 95% stayed on track. And the reason it's not 100% is because there were days that I didn't hit everything 100%. There were days that I didn't want to eat that next bowl of meat and rice. Like there were certain days that I didn't hit my 10,000 or 11,000 steps. I hit 8,000 or 7,500 because again, it was a travel day. And so I didn't have the discipline to be like, nope, go outside and get those steps before you go to bed. It was like, I'm exhausted, I'm going to bed. But overall, just feel fucking spectacular, dude. Like very good. And when we were out in Charleston and I got that drink the next morning, I was like, why did I do that? And then I was like, who fucking cares? Like you could have went way worse. You could have stayed out.
It's not making like that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Yep. And so I think it's just like opened my eyes too that I like having fun. I like being social and stuff like that. But that's the part I like. So why don't I enjoy that and make those decisions by getting a non-alcoholic beer if I want that on a patio or something, or just getting a glass of water and hanging out with everyone? Because it's the next days. Yeah, I would say days where like if I have too many, I'm just like, fuck, why did I do that? I hate this. And then I really get in my head like about everything in life. And for some reason, it just like every time after I drink recently, it's just like, oh, well, you could have done this. You could have done that. Why'd you do this? Blah, blah. And it's just so many things. So I'm not saying that I won't. Like Memorial Day weekend, we're going golfing. I'll probably have some drinks on the golf course because it's over. Then we're going to our friend's house and we're going to go by the pool and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that I won't be drinking this summer, but I guarantee you it's going to be more times than not that I don't have drinks.
Well, that's good to hear because mine's going to have to be the same way during training.
Beautiful.
I've got like weekends. We've basically, it's going to make it easier because me and Mandy are both training, but we've said it's like, there's no point to go out on a Wednesday and get even a beer. Like, what's the point?
Yep.
A beer's not going to do anything for me. It's just a waste of empty calories. And the alcohol that's in it isn't going to do anything for my body. It's just going to make it worse. Like, recovery's going to be bad. Sleep's going to be bad. So we're, like, trying to, like, map out, like, okay, we have a wedding this weekend. We'll drink there. And then we have this over here. So it's, like, trying to literally map out any time that we're doing it and staying strict to it. Because it's very easy for me to let it get out of control.
Yeah, it's easy for everyone, dude. And that's the thing is most people don't have that control of that discipline to be like, no, I'm not going to. Like, everyone, again, whenever you go home, people are like, let's go to dinner, let's get drinks. Let's go to lunch, let's get drinks. Let's go to the boat doxing, let's get drinks. Let's go to the golf course and have drinks. Like everything, it feels like is revolved around drinks. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like enjoy yourself. But like have the discipline. Like if you have goals, if you have things you want to achieve, or if you don't like the way you feel the next day, then sacrifice for yourself. Don't care what people think. Don't care what people say. But start doing stuff and like following through with it for you and not for the masses or the world. Because again, I will always remember when I was like discipline. How did I say it? Discipline. It was something along the lines of like the benefits of discipline or having discipline elevates you to the next level. And you gave it a little chuckle and you're like, no shit. But like, I'll always go back to that because it sounds so no brainer. But again, most people don't have that discipline.
But it's still a no brainer. They just don't have it. Because I mean, I can look at myself when I did 75 hard. I'm like, it wasn't even that hard to do. Like it wasn't this big thing where like after the first week, I wasn't like, oh fuck, like I wish I could have a drink right now. If I did, it was like a drink. And once I got done, I would go out and I would have a drink. Yeah. But it's like you get back into the routine of everything. And it's just easy to stay in that. Yep. Especially like with as much as I run now, it doesn't affect me aesthetically that much. There's days I'll wake up more bloated than others, but I know a couple more days I'll lean back out. And so that fucks with my head because I'm like, I could do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. But I know realistically it's not good for me still. Like it's still having a negative effect on my body whether I can see it or not. And so for me, it's like trying to overcome like I look fine, but where's my performance at? Not even my performance because that can even be okay, but like where's my recovery? Where's my sleep? Where's all these things? Because I know it's affecting all that. It's affecting my mood. It's affecting like what you say about the next couple of days, like you're in your head about stuff. It's because at the end of the day, it's a depressant. Like it's bringing yeah, you're up for a little bit, but you're still going to crash.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go like in this downward spiral because it's already altered your brain chemistry. You're in a negative space about it, and it's just going to get worse from there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's too like looking at it from like different angles. So again, we're in, I guess you can say, the health and wellness space. I like to classify it as like lifestyle because we do a lot of things outside of that help benefit us physically
Still
and mentally.
wellness, though.
Yeah. So health and wellness, lifestyle space, whatever you want to classify it as. But like being in this space, most people have those assumptions where it's like, oh, they're in this space, but they drink. Oh, they're in this space, but they have. And when people say that and articulate it that way, I know that they don't truly listen to us and what we preach and what we like practice. Because again, we're going after the common everyday person that wants to enjoy that sandwich, that wants to enjoy that drink, that wants to go out and have fun, that wants to be dialed in this area. But then if they have this, then they can go and like relax a little bit. And so when people say that, I know that they don't truly know what we're pushing or what we're doing behind this business and brand that we're building. And I say that because the people that do listen know that if they're going to go out and have a drink or know that they're going to go out and have a cheat meal or whatever it is, they're going to stay disciplined on their water. They're going to stay disciplined on their bedtime. They're going to stay disciplined on the things that they're eating. They're going to stay disciplined on their steps. They're going to stay disciplined on those little things because then they're going to go and be like, all right, I'm going to let go a little bit tonight. I'm going to have fun, or I'm going to go and eat this meal and not worry about it because tomorrow I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get my steps. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to do these things. And so it's not something that prolongs for weeks and months where they regress. Is that a word? Regress? Mm-hmm. Regress so much that they don't see the end results or benefits that they want come to life or come to fruition through it.
I didn't think that we were going to hit on it this episode, but it's a good place to like bring up this quote that Zach said on this call the other day. It was a very open conversation. It's like coffees and convos where you just get on and like anybody, there's only a few people on typically because it's like 7 a.m. But anyone can like just shoot out business questions, whatever, and just have like an open conversation. Other people will chime in. He gives his advice. And somebody was talking and he said that if you want to be a part of something different, you have to lead something different. Mm-hmm. And so it was basically coming from the fact of like, we all say like we want to be a part of these communities and we want to be a part of like something that is different and it goes against the norm. But in order to do so, like not a lot of that shit exists. So if you want that thing, go create that thing. And as you live out that lifestyle, more people are going to get behind it. And I think that, yes, like you're right. People don't necessarily listen to everything we say. Like they just like to look or pick and choose like certain things that are going to contradict the other thing. Mm-hmm. It's an easy thing to do, but I do believe at the end of the day, we are leading something different. And I think that the biggest thing for this that I've realized while I was home, my parents put on my 12-hour video and they'd both already seen it. So I was really like, why is this on? But I was like, all right, whatever. So I watched it with them. And like they were talking about how it's cool that like we have these people around us who are willing to come out and do it, who are willing to run it, who are just there to literally support, film, and crew it, like all this different stuff. Mm-hmm. And 3 years ago, we would have never had that. If we didn't start DTI, we would never have that.
Yeah.
We would have had maybe... We probably wouldn't have any of it, honestly. I probably wouldn't be in North Carolina. We probably wouldn't be running this wild shit, me and Tom. We'd probably just stick to marathons. Mm-hmm. But it's like you get around these people and you get around this community, like it elevates each other. And in order for us to do that, we had to lead from the front. And it circles right back around to what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode. Now we've got my mom, my brother running half marathons. Never would have imagined it 3 years ago.
Dude, we talked like a year and a half ago about how we just wanted our parents to get in the gym and how we just wanted them to do this and do that. So it's crazy to see. And I mean, I would like to hope and think that we were driving influences in that, in people's decisions. But like just to see it come full circle where things click with those people that we're closest to, that adds another person to this DTI lifestyle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's literally just leading from the front and creating the kind of community that you want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I was going to bring this up off camera, but I have this idea of something that I want to possibly go after and start. Like how you guys have the run club. Mm-hmm. I have a club that I'm thinking about and have been festering with to see if it's something, because not everybody likes running. But one thing that I do all the time is I preach steps and how important they are. So why can't you have a running group and I have a walking group? And there's people that come out and like to the runners, it might be like, oh, wow, they're fucking walking. Why don't you guys run with us? But I know that everybody in that community doesn't think that way. They'd be like, hell yeah, people are out here. They're active. They're getting the steps. They're getting this. They're getting that.
It's also a different environment. So like with running, like we don't always get to have conversations either during the runs. Like, sometimes before or after, but it's not always even possible. Everybody's at different paces. When you're walking, anybody can walk together, have a conversation.
Yep.
It can be a recovery day for anyone who is some kind of different athlete. Like there's a lot of things that could go into it. I do think it could be a cool idea because I don't know anyone who does it.
Right. And so that's what I was thinking. I was like, I never really heard of this. And I was like, when I first started thinking about it, I was like, it's kind of silly. Like, who would do that? But again, every
idea that's ever became something probably started out as silly as somebody.
Yeah. Silly is a silly word.
It is. I use it a lot though.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just been something I've been thinking about because again, some people aren't ready to go out and even run a half a mile.
Some people have no desire to.
Yeah. And so with something that I preach, was something that you preach, was something that we preach all the time, starting with steps and being active and getting out there, soaking in God's medicine and just, again, kind of detaching, but still being active in some sort of way. I'm like, man, that could be something powerful. That could be something big because like you said, nobody's doing that right now. So why can't I lead the charge in that? Hey, we're going to go for 2-mile walk today. Come out for whatever you want. Hey, we're going to be at this place. Come in. And now, not only when you guys do these events where you're out there for 12 hours, we could have people walking it. Mm-hmm. We could have 50 people out there walking it that are cheering you guys on throughout it. Hey, keep going. Give you that extra motivation, that extra push.
Also, walking for 12 hours isn't like anything small. It's a lot. It's a lot of walking.
It is. So I don't know. It's wild because every single time that like I'm thinking of something, it just randomly gets brought up in conversations that you and I have, or you'll say something and it aligns with something that I've been thinking. And so, like you said, it might seem silly in the beginning, but there could be something there. And if I'm leading the charge and I'm doing it week over week, it's building that community. It's getting.
You want to be a part of something different, you got to lead something different, man.
Yep. I like that. So there'll be more thoughts that go into it, but again, I can't sit here and challenge you to get involved in the community more, to challenge you to start a running club without myself putting in some sort of effort. And I'm there to support you in every way, and I go and I'll be a part of it in any way that I can. But again, like what can I do to add to that? And so that's what I'm trying to think is with whatever you're doing, with whatever we're doing collectively, how can I now add on to that and put more into it? And so that's kind of how my mind's been working, because way back in the day, I was always like, we're not going to pop off because of social media. We connect with people. People like us when they meet us. They like the energy that we bring, the conversations they have. They like just what I would like to say is like who we are as people. We attract other people that are similar. And I think that's really good. And I think that's powerful. And that's why we now have 5-6 people that are going to be doing a half marathon, a marathon. That's why people connect at the running clubs that you go to, or the bagels that we went to at the coffee thing. Like there's just so much stuff that has forward momentum, but how can we capitalize on that? And not from a financial standpoint, but just from a community standpoint to build that, to make people's lives better, to get people out that weren't going to go out that day and get those steps or connect with the world, and have conversations with people. So I don't know. It's just something I always want more, but like, when is it time to like step back, reevaluate? And I think that we've done that recently to now where we can push a little bit more, and I can do something to start something now that you have your group. How can I get a group that kind of collectively is working towards the same stuff? So it's just weird how that all aligns and figures itself out.
Yeah, definitely talk more off camera because I have some thoughts already gone.
Beautiful. People get around. I have a great quote. I'm going to save this because it's not the right time to bring it up, but get around people that push you, get around people that motivate you, get around people that will challenge you to do something that makes you uncomfortable. If you don't have people in your immediate circle, like we talk about all the time, find that community, find that team, find that group that will push you in a direction that you want to go. Even if you think you're not fit for that specific area or group, just know that the effort and attention that you put into it will get you there, will make you feel more comfortable, whether that's going into a gym, whether that's joining a running community, whether that's going for a new job, any of those things. Just have people that influence you to start working towards that, and then put something on the calendar so that way you reach and achieve those goals. But don't feel like you're alone. There's a lot of people out there that are willing to help. There's a lot of things out there that you can get involved in. And one of them is the Inspired. So join our community, join our crew. I promise we will motivate you in whatever direction. Everybody has different goals. Everybody has different aspirations. But what we can do is all work together so that way each and every one of us hits those. And that's all I got to say. Have a blessed weekend because it's Friday. And we'll talk to you soon. Kiss your mama. It's on.
Peace.
Have the desire to inspire.